Hey, can anybody hear me? Test. Hey, there's people. Can anybody hear me? I have no idea what's going on right now. Hmm. Oh, cool. Okay. Joe just said that he can hear me, so that means he can. Okay. So Joe can hear me. Is it quiet? Is it loud? Does it sound like shit? I know there's nothing on the screen. I'm trying to figure out how to show my screen instead of it's fine. Okay, great. Thumbs up. Sounds fine. Perfect. Awesome. I have no idea what I'm doing right now, guys. I thought it would be as simple as going on YouTube Live and then hitting stream, and then everything would magically work. But apparently, that's not how it works. I have an Elgato HD60 screen capture. Sucks, but it sounds good. Thank you, James. I appreciate that. Okay, so apparently I don't have the right software. JBJ is a cheat. Yep. Isn't it the truth? Um no, I I apparently don't have the right software on my Elgato. I'm not really sure what's going on there. Um but I wanted to screen share instead it's just showing my non-existent webcam, which is why it looks like it's just a black screen. Use Twitch next time. I don't even That's too advanced for me. That's like Mighty Mouse levels of of technological understanding. Um, I don't know shit about Twitch. I probably should have maybe scheduled this a little bit better. That's okay. This is how my grandparents live stream. Okay, okay, that's funny. Um, yeah, man. I don't know. This is super weird. I got to figure out how to do this right. I promise by the next live chat, this is gonna be legit as fuck. There's gonna be things on the screen to look at, and all kinds of fun stuff. Most use G-chat on or Twitch. Okay, I'll definitely look into it. Like I say, whatever works best is what I'll end up using. And I've heard good things about Twitch. I've never actually used Twitch. I think I was the guest on someone's Twitch stream once, but that was about it. So we'll see. We'll see. I will definitely look into that, though. All right, we got 5 people. We got 5 people so far. I obviously I need to make sure that I have a harder scheduled time on these things so people know when to do them. Is the last day of the month good for everybody? Is that a good time to do these things? Is that what we want to do or no? Just a second, guys. I'm down for whatever, bro. Okay, I think a set date and time is best. Yeah, no, for sure. I think I mean, I wanted to do it the last day of the month. That way, anybody that's on, zero difference to me. Okay. That's a good point, James. That's a good point. It is a different day every time. Huh. So maybe like the last, I don't know, Friday of every month? Sorry, guys. I'm still working this damn thing out. Okay. What do we got here? Use Twitch. Yep. California State Athletic Commission decide. Yeah, no shit, right? I think they would approve. What do you guys want to talk about? Anybody see that Floyd Mayweather fight? Yeah, Mike, I did see it. It was it's about what I expected it to be, honestly. No, I had no interest in it either. It just I saw it on the internet immediately afterwards. I didn't even look for it. Floyd won. Yeah, he was a lot bigger than that dude, and he beat the shit out of him. It was not a pretty sight. It was literally on Twitter. I mean, like as soon as I got online. Yeah, exactly, Mike. That's how I saw it too. Early on, Floyd was like, you know, goofing around, smiling and stuff, and then as soon as that one shot, the tension got in, he just fucked him up. He's apparently really good. He's apparently a good kickboxer. James. Yeah, I don't know a ton about him, but I know he's not a better boxer than Floyd Mayweather. Saw a lot of people saying that they thought the fight was rigged. What do you guys think of that? He should have come out to Living in America. I agree. That'd have been great. Yeah, for sure, David. No, I agree. He's never going to go into a fight that he's at a disadvantage ever. That's just not going to happen. Yeah, I mean, I see what you're saying, James, in terms of it's probably rigged, but I agree. Yeah, it doesn't, to me, yeah, those tiers were legit. Yeah, I totally agree, guys. I'm on the same page as you. I don't think it was rigged either. But I saw a lot of people. I saw like Brendan Schaub and Robin Black and a couple other people that were like, oh, that looked like it was fake or rigged. Robin Black even did a breakdown of it, a 1-minute breakdown, sort of poking holes in what he saw. But I don't know. To me, if you're gonna say that fight is rigged, I'm gonna need some evidence. I'm gonna need, you know what? Actually, I'm gonna need a lot of evidence that was rigged. Yeah, I didn't get to see that one, Mike. True, James, but here's the thing. Let me. There's 20 questions I have for you. If you think that fight was rigged, to anybody that thinks the fight was rigged. One, why would you rig an outcome to be the likeliest outcome that it was going to be? Definitely tailored for Floyd. I agree, 100%. Yeah, exactly, David. No, it for sure is always in Floyd's favor. And that's the thing. And so it's like, okay, so if you're going to rig a fight, like actually rig it, why rig it to be the most likely outcome? From a gambling perspective, why do that? If you're saying it's a fix, are you implying that all parties involved were involved or only one party, two parties? What benefits and drawbacks are there for those different people? For Ryzen, it makes no sense. For Tension, it makes no sense. Mayweather, it honestly doesn't make much sense either. He would have won that fight no matter what. If you're going to take a dive, why throw in the towel as well? There's a lot of stuff. There's too many questions that make it make a lot less sense than just, well, it looked kind of weird. And it may be, but who that party was, that's why it doesn't make any sense to me. Tension didn't have to throw the fight to get his ass kicked. He could have just done it. And it certainly wouldn't be Floyd. The outcome doesn't really make any sense for it to be that in terms of just reasoning, I guess. But anyway, but yeah, I did see that fight on the interwebs immediately after, which I guess kind of says a lot about that kind of, well, just I guess that's all fights, not just Ryzen, right? UFC. It's like immediately after a fight, you can watch it on Twitter, which is kind of fucked up. I agree, Japan is different, James, but I don't know. Yeah, it was immediately everywhere, Mike. It was crazy. How fast? I mean, I wasn't even seeking it out, and it was being thrown in my face repeatedly every 5 seconds. Yeah, no, Amanda Nunes, crazy win, man. I was freaking out. Camelina 3. When Amanda won, that was I mean, it can happen, and obviously I thought going into that fight that she was definitely the best competition that Cyborg had ever fought, but I don't even know. It's one of those. It was like watching Anderson Silva get beat, where you just can't believe what you're seeing because you just assume it would never happen. But what's funny is actually as soon as the fight started, obviously this thing lasted 50 seconds, so it wasn't a long fight. But yeah, I fully expected that too, Mike. And it was one of those things where it was like, oh no, Amanda's going to get into a brawl with Cyborg. That's not a good idea. But it was a great idea. Cyborg was hitting nothing but air. I think she landed 5 strikes, maybe not even that. And most of those weren't even effective. and she was just getting blasted. Props to Cyborg though, like legitimately a fucking Terminator. Just like on the show, she just kept coming forward. She kept getting back up, and I was thinking, oh my god, maybe she can't be stopped. And then that last right definitely put her down. It was over. But yeah, that was wild. That was one of the craziest things I've ever seen. I was freaking out. It honestly, like, it almost made the main event not even, I don't know, like, it was fun to watch, but I was so hyped up from the last one, it was hard to come down. Does this raise Ronda's stock? Yeah, I mean, no, I think Ronda has always gotten a little bit of a bad, a raw deal from people. I mean, obviously, I don't think she's like the best fighter of all time by any stretch of the imagination. Oh, we already lost somebody. Wow, this stream sucks. No, I mean, by any stretch, I don't think that she's one of the best, but I do think that, yeah, it's one of those things where I think Amanda would have run through anybody clearly, because the greatest female fighter of all time was Cyborg, and she dominated her. So I do think that Ronda still has a good place at the top of that division. Whether you thought that she was amazing or not, she did win, and she won a lot, and she did so successfully. Hey, we're back up to 8. We got somebody back. Yeah, I agree, Mike. I mean, obviously, I think if you told me who do you think is the better fighter, it's hard for me to not pick Nunes at this point. But I mean, you can't. It's hard to say, like, in terms of, like, let's say Nunes retired tomorrow. Cyborg's career overall, to me, was more impressive. By the way, has there been any word from BJ Penn? Yeah, I don't know. I hope he retires. He hasn't won in a decade. And yeah, I hope he walks away. And I don't know how his knee is. I got a lot of shit on Twitter. I was at a Christmas party and I couldn't hear anything. And I saw the tap and it was a real quick finish. And I thought, okay, this was perfect. He didn't get hit that much. And, he's fine. Well, then everybody's like, Tommy, didn't you see that his knee, he was screaming out in pain? I was like, no, I didn't hear it. I didn't hear it, you guys. Hoping Zingano would win. Oh, yeah, that fight was super disappointing. I mean, I love Kat and Megan. It just sucks that fight ended the way that it was. Which was worse, though. I agree. Ronda isn't the GOAT, but she's like, yeah. No, she's one of the innovators, man. I agree. She's totally one of the innovators. Yeah, I can't believe Mendez retired either. It seemed pretty abrupt, right? I was like, whoa, that just came out of nowhere. Yeah, Valentina, obviously, I think is one of the ones to make it good. I'd like to see that trilogy at some point, considering how their last fight went. Yeah, BJ should just go ahead and walk away. I mean, if he wants to fight, I guess, go for it. But yeah, there's no reason. I mean, I don't really want to see it anymore. But at the same time, it's like, who am I to tell a guy to stop fighting, you know? I don't, if they want to do it, go do it. I hope you don't get brain damage. For Nunes, seems like it might have an Anderson Silva type reign for years. Yeah, no, she might. I wouldn't be shocked if Nunes is champion for a long ass time. Yeah, no, for sure. Randy and Vitor. Yeah, when that fight, I remember. That's a funny story about that fight. I rented that fight from Blockbuster. Hey, we're up to 9 people. Welcome, 9th person. I rented that fight from Blockbuster, Randy versus Vitor. And not knowing the outcome, because it was back in the day and the internet was not as prominent, I was so pissed off that I spent whatever it cost to rent the VHS at the time, probably $5.99, I don't know, for that fight to end with the fucking eye injury. Surely BJ, yeah, I would imagine BJ, yeah, Blockbuster. I used to work at Blockbuster, believe it or not. Yeah, I agree. BJ has definitely other ways to make money at this point. I mean, he should definitely, I don't know. I think he has a gym already. Open up some more gyms. Hollywood Video. Yep. They were our competitor. They were right down the street, literally across the street from us. It was like the Monday Night Wars, but for videos. Yeah, it hurts me too, Mike. I don't like seeing him lose anymore. Yeah, the scrubs that got TKO'd by Netflix. I know. We were way behind the times. I remember thinking, like, man, these other services are gonna start popping up and beating us. And sure enough, they did. Blockbuster did not adapt fast enough. Then they tried to do like a Redbox thing, and it was too late. Redbox had already beat him to it. Yeah, I think he was limping in the post fight. James Gustafson was. So I think I don't know if it's like actually injured or anything, but it definitely affected him clearly. Jones, what a performance. That was ridiculous. Video King. That's awesome. That's amazing. Isn't it crazy? We used to have to go places to go rent things, and the thing that you wanted might not be there. Imagine trying to rent, like, let's say there's a movie that comes out, you want to rent it today. You just, whatever, it's available infinitely, right? You just stream it. Imagine, like, it's a Friday night. Oh, I want to see that new movie that just came out, and you go in there and it's gone. You can't see it. You don't have a choice. It's crazy, right? It's crazy how different things have become. Yeah, Blockbuster on Dish TV. Yeah, they tried a bunch of stuff and it didn't work out. Yeah, it was fun to go into I used to love working at Blockbuster. It was really cool to during like the weekends, they would have me walk around on the floor and sort of ask people how they were doing and if I could help them out with anything. And it was a fun atmosphere. Those days are gone though. The only thing that wasn't fun was telling people that they had late fees. That was the part that sucked, because then they were like, "Wait, what? I owe you money?" So, assuming Jones doesn't pop again, who do you think he fights next? I think he will fight Daniel Cormier next, because I think there's a limited time on that. However, after that, I'm not really sure. It depends on where that fight takes place, honestly. I think if it ends up at heavyweight, you're gonna see JBJ and either Brock or Stipe, I think. Yeah, same here. I used to get all mine from there as well. Never got it when I finally rented it. It was cracked. Womp womp. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's so true, right? The quality control wasn't very good. Cormier at heavyweight, you think? I would hope so. Honestly, that's the most compelling fight to me to make. I get that he's saying, yeah, Anthony Smith, I saw that too. I mean, honestly, I like Anthony Smith. I'm not saying he's not a competitor and not somebody that's not towards the top of that division, but at this particular point in time, I'm not sure I'm buying Anthony Smith versus John Jones. I do want to see Cormier and Jones at heavyweight, even though Jones is kind of playing it like, I don't want to do that or whatever. Come on, like moving up, beating this guy that you clearly hate, and then maybe taking his heavyweight belt too. And because, if you don't do that, people are going to argue, well, okay, he was the best heavyweight of all time. I wonder what would happen if they fought there. They got to have that fight. Rockhold JBJ is interesting. I wouldn't mind seeing that. I don't know if it'll happen recently or soon, but we'll see. Rockhold's one of those guys where I'm like, I don't know if he is ever going to fight again, it seems like sometimes. Jones versus AKA. Just Jones versus all of them. Yep. No kidding, right? That's so true. That's the dance, though. Makes it for theaters before they sign me. Yeah, no, for sure. I'm never going to not root for John. He's from a garbage ass town, so I kind of have to. No, hey, I mean, I get it, man. It's, I understand. Favorite fighter of the year. Oh, man, that's a tough one. If you'd have said favorite fight, I could have told you, that one pretty easily. But in terms of my favorite fighter this year, probably Daniel Cormier. I had a lot of fun watching him this year. He's always a great interview. He's got some entertaining fights. I would say probably him. My favorite fight of the year was definitely Francis Ngannou and Derek Lewis, though. That was something special. I'm joking about that being my favorite fight, but honestly, I mean, it was kind of funny to watch. I kind of like just train wrecks. So where people are getting my favorite part is watching social media and people just like have meltdowns over it. Yeah, there are a lot of dangerous people at light heavyweight. I agree. But they're still on the come up. I feel like you got to establish a little bit more before we get to Jones. Yeah, it just beats out the Sapp win. Yeah, that's true. My God. Bob Sapp winning a fight in 2018. What was the world coming to? Manoa and Santos. Yeah. No, I mean, look, it's just I'm joking, obviously, about that fight, but there's been some amazing fights this year. The one that immediately comes to mind though is Yair Rodriguez and Zombie. That was insane. Yeah, Stylebender for sure was a lot of fun to watch. McDonald Ellenberger still the goat fight. Oh my god, that was something else, wasn't it? Yeah, Yair and Zombie. Yep, for sure, guys. Yeah, that was pretty awesome to watch. Even with the like 15 different high five moments. Romero Whitaker, yep, for sure. Yeah. Cowboy Platinum, that was fun to watch just because I think the storyline for me, it was interesting to see Cowboy sort of get revenge because when he was cranking that armbar, he's making that face. You could tell he was looking at like Mike Winklejohn in his mind. He was probably looking for him actually too. But yeah, that was pretty fun. It's been a good year for fights. I mean, I know it's not been a good year for the UFC in terms of numbers and stuff, but we still had some pretty compelling fights. And yeah, Chiesa looked great. That Kimura was crazy. I didn't even know that was some kind of sorcery. That was pretty wild to watch. I really enjoyed that one. I mean, I love Carlos Condit. It hurt my soul to watch him lose, but yeah, Chiesa looked great. He's definitely at home at 170. Yeah, I did have that vibe for sure, Joe. I agree. I think we will get that fight, Camelina. We will get Khabib and Tony in 2019. Finally, it's the one fight to make. I actually posted a video. I don't know if you guys know that I write videos now too as well for MMA on Point, and I narrate them. And we just did top 10 fights we want to see in 2018, and the number one, spoiler alert, number one was Khabib and Tony. We literally just posted it today. But yeah, no, I've been doing that sort of, once a week, and I have a lot of fun doing it. Yeah, exactly, David. It was definitely secondary to that whole situation. Perry was just a conduit through which Cowboy got to punch Mike Winklejohn. Yeah, I know, man. Eric, that's 2-8 in his last 10. That's tough. Connor versus the Bus. Was that this year? I can't even remember anymore. Did that happen this year or was that last year? It was, or was it in April? It was in April of this year, right? No. That doesn't hold up anything for this. Honestly, I've been doing it for a while now. I think almost a year. March or April. Yeah, I thought so. But no, Joe, it doesn't really affect anything. It's not as much time as you would think. Usually when these things are like today, like the postmortem is late, it's just more a creative thing. It's me not being able to come up with things that I think are funny enough to put on there yet. But that one will be coming out as soon as we end up with the chat here. I'm gonna crank the rest of that out. Which is gonna be a funny one. I really enjoy this one, and I got some. I'm gonna do something a little bit different with the visuals. I'll be interested to see what you guys think. Message retracted. I wonder what that was. I didn't even see it yet. April Fool's Day of 2018. Yeah. Not complaining I put those on while I work. Oh, cool. That's awesome. That's really cool. I like that. How many flyweights do you think it would take to beat JBJ? I'd say 3 really solid ones could probably distract him enough from various sides to defeat him. I think 3 is a solid number. Is this Patreon thing going to be enough? Do you need to get a real job? Well, I'm lucky, Mike, in that I still have some other things happening with Tommy. I mean, obviously I'm not on TV anymore, but I've got the Patreon now, which has been crazy successful. Thank you guys so much, by the way. I can't even believe it. It blows my mind. But like I said, I've got MMA on Point. And I still do work for Metro PCS every few pay-per-views. I do the DraftKings stuff. Obviously, you see that at the beginning of the show. So I'm still doing okay. I'm not going to be heading back to Blockbuster just yet. The top grade is 7+ to beat JBJ. 7+? Oh, that's ridiculous. seven flyweights would literally murder John Jones. He would be overwhelmed by them. Which MMA personality do you have the most fun writing for on Triple THS? Probably Nick Diaz or John Jones, to be honest with you. And it might be because those come easiest, but it's also a lot of fun to write. John's probably my favorite, to be honest, because it's just such a ridiculous character, and he always gets in such crazy situations, and it allows me to do a lot of fun stuff with it. Vitor too. No, for sure, Eric. Vitor is just ridiculous. I did absolutely. He's a lot of fun to do as well. Hey, we got 10 people now. Holy shit, double digits. This is awesome. Oh, thank you so much, Mike. I appreciate that. Yeah, PlayStation Plus is a pretty sweet deal. I agree. No, David, as far as I know, it hasn't. Maybe I'm wrong. You might be right. I hope not. But no, the Metro stuff, they still do the pre-shows and stuff, and I get to do like trivia on there. It's a lot of fun. They've been fantastic to work with, and we've been having a blast with it. We didn't do one for this last card, but I imagine the next pay-per-view we're going to do another one. Thank you, Mike. Yeah, I agree. DC and Jones together on the show. Oh, damn, we're down to 2. I lost 2 people. Wow, we're back down to 8. Sad face. Sorry, guys that left. I suck. No, DC and Jones are definitely 2 of my favorites as well, Mike. And I like writing them against each other. It's a lot of fun to poke and prod like that. Do you do all the voices? Yep, I sure do. I do all the voices. I do all the animation. I do all the writing. Hey, we're back up to 9. Back down to 8. My God. Yeah. I do it all still by myself. I still haven't hired anybody to help. Working with Forrest must be a bonus. Forrest is awesome. Forrest Griffin is seriously the greatest. Oh my God, we're down to 7. We're losing. We're dropping like flies. Their Metro PCS cutout. Metro PCS cutout, like a cardboard cutout. The Mario Kart thing was 1,000 out of 10. Thank you. That video got flagged as only for adults for some reason. The Mario Kart John Jones Daniel Cormier video, which is really weird. This will be your life, a roller coaster of ups and downs. That is very true. The life of hey, we're back up to 8. The life of a YouTuber, especially if you're doing this kind of stuff, or I should say in MMA even. There's a lot of ups and downs. That's why you got to try to dip your toes in a lot of different things, because you never know. You never know what's going to happen. Like their connection to the internet, though, their phones cease to be. Oh, I see what you're saying. What a surprise John Jones got flagged. Ha! That's funny, Eric. Yeah, no kidding, right? Do people discriminate because you're cartoon? No, people have been pretty nice to me so far. Hey, Roxy. Thanks for letting James watch this. I appreciate it. I appreciate all 8 of you, 10 of you, whoever's been here. However many people have been here this whole time. I greatly appreciate it. Joe, I think you were the first person in the stream, and I appreciate that as well. And you've been here the whole time. I'll probably do this for like an hour every time. You think that's probably about the right amount of time to do these? And what do you guys want from these? What would be fun for you to watch these to make these worth your $5? I mean, we can talk about stuff. We can talk about the show. I mean, it didn't really matter to me. I'm convinced after Apocalypse, YouTube went out of their way to demonetize whenever they could. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's kind of weird how this all. Hey, thumbs up. Thank you, Vasquez. Yeah, the way things have gone with the YouTube stuff. I mean, I think when they put that algorithm in place is kind of sort of when things started going downhill for my channel in terms of monetization. Because obviously they're not actually looking at my videos. Plus, it was so inconsistent, you could tell that it was clearly some sort of algorithm that was trying to determine if something was bad or not. Because sometimes I'd have a video where it was just as much cursing as another video and it would be fine. There's never a shortage of things to talk about in the MMA world. That's very true, Eric. Yeah, no kidding, right? We could talk for days. Hour sounds good. Okay, cool. about this stuff. Yeah, no, I totally agree. I promise in the future there will be things on the screen as well. It won't just be a black screen. An hour is good. Pre-submit questions, that would be cool. Oh yeah, that would be cool. I could maybe set it up, schedule it, and then people can go in there and put in questions. Yeah, I'll do that for sure. How many picograms are in an algorithm? I think it's like if you took a grain of salt and you broke it up into 50 million pieces. One of those pieces would be roughly the size of an algorithm. Nonstop impressions. Yeah, no, I mean for sure. Well, you know what I mean with only 8 of you guys in here, it's I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Pre-submit's a good idea. Yeah, I agree. We'll definitely figure that out. I'll always remember the black screen era. Never forget. Yeah, right. For sure. I need to. Like I said, by the time this next one rolls around, I was a bit too naive to think like, oh, it'll do whatever I tell it to. I know this will be super easy. YouTube's a really streamlined thing. No, I need to make sure that my Elgato software is right. And I'll show you guys like my editing software and what I do to make the show and stuff. It'll be a lot of fun. Picogram, you need to tell me the human body, one of the greatest wonders of the world. I mean, look at the central nervous system, for Christ's sake, cannot flush anything. Yeah, man, it's pretty crazy, right? I don't know what the deal is with that. I don't know what the deal is with the picogram stuff and John Jones. I wish I knew more about science. Do you ever get angry fighters because you make fun of them? No, I've never really had. Yeah, Eric Tito. Well, Tito blocked me, but I didn't even really send him anything. I guess he saw one of the videos and didn't like it. But then I stopped making fun of him because I thought, well, you know what? What's even the point of, making videos about him if he's going to be a big baby about it? So I haven't really made fun of him since then, but I probably should. Tito's a big goof. Now do Tony Thumbpoke money. Monkey, I pay your bills. That's funny. Oh, man. My Tony Thumbpoke is just my Vegeta voice. Good question. Do fighters try to sway your opinions? No, actually, Joe, I've never really had fighters. You know what I have had fighters do? Yeah, he does like the block button, Tito. What will die faster, picogram jokes or Napoleon Dynamite jokes? Definitely not picogram jokes. I'm gonna ride that into the ground. Napoleon Dynamite will probably fade first. Or like Ocelot, that's true. That's true. It's maybe more Revolver than it is Vegeta. My impressions are terrible, though. No, but in terms of what you asked, Joe, good question. No, they don't really try to sway me or anything. I've had fighters, send me messages like, hey, it'd be really cool if you made fun of me on your show, or hey, it'd be really fun if we did this. But I've never had them like say, hey, could you, say this about me or say this about my opponent or whatever. But I have had some fighters reach out to me and want to be part of the show, which is kind of cool. I'm just imagining John Jones and his garbage punching a bag with your face stable. I don't know. I think John likes me. I think I haven't really interacted with him ever. I mean, he did tweet at me once or tweet about me one time. But he probably doesn't watch the show enough to realize how much I make fun of him. So maybe he wouldn't like me. Yeah, David, it's definitely weird, right? I mean, these things keep popping up over and over and over with John, and I don't know how to feel about it either. I mean, in my heart, I'm thinking he probably does do stuff, but then again, I think most of these guys are, and that's usually how I feel about it. But yeah, Joe, I'm going to try to get more guests on the show from now on. I think that would be kind of a cool thing to have, is real fighters come on. I think one time I did actually try to arrange something with John Jones. I tried to get him on the show, and I think I reached out to Malky, and I think that we were going to do it, and I don't remember what happened. But I don't think Malky follows me on Twitter anymore. I don't think Malky likes me. So he's been a little bit, I don't know. I think after I started talking about Daniel Cormier being good at stuff, I think he unfollowed me. Yeah, he does seem to have a pretty good sense of humor, Mike. I agree. Like I said, he hasn't blocked me or anything, and I think one time he did tweet about the show and said he liked it. That's true. I had the other John Jones. I had him on the show. That was a lot of fun to do that interview. Yeah, Smoke and Fire. I agree. I mean, it's what's the more logical explanation is probably that there's he's been doing drugs. Um, yeah, that was pretty funny, Mike. I agree. That was a good walkout song choice on his part. David, that's great. Yeah, it must have been. That must have been the scheduling conflict. Um, that's funny. Um, do I get tired of Dana White saying that? I mean, it's kind of I think I'm kind of used to it at this point, and I think that Dana is one of those guys that I mean, he's a promoter, and honestly, it helps the show. If Dana wasn't so over the top, I don't know. I feel like half my shows now are about Dana and his insane claims sometimes. So I'm happy to have him over the top and ridiculous as he is. So he's a bit of a wild card. Um, we're supposed to be getting super progressive 2019. Yeah, we'll see. I don't actually think that. What is Gabby Garcia's weight? What does she weigh in at Ryzen this week? Yeah, I know, right, James? It's kind of funny that that people think Dana is all about JBJ when they clearly have had. She was like 225. Wow. Yeah, she's I could see fighting in Ryzen is probably the best case scenario for her in terms of getting pay and stuff because it's going to be hard to find fights for her with her mass. Will MMA on point to a top 10 Triple H 7 things you didn't know about Triple H chess? Probably not. I don't think their viewers care for me that much in terms of the show. They just want me to talk about whatever's going on. It's funny. At first, they didn't. At least 2 Mighty Mouses. That's funny. At first, they didn't. The fans of their channel weren't really happy that I was there. They were like, "Who's this new guy? Who's this voice? Why are you here? Leave us alone." But I've grown on them over the last year or so, and they seem to like me now, at least. But yeah, I don't do a lot of Tommy stuff over there. I just kind of do my regular voice, and like you hear right now. Well, I do a little bit more of like my little Mike Goldbergy, I guess. I like Joe's top 10 idea, but just do it with Tommy. Yeah, no, actually, that would be fun. That would be fun to do. I don't even know. What would be the top 10 episodes you guys think? What are your favorite episodes? Oh, thank you, Joe. That's awesome. I appreciate that. What happens first? We get a 170-pound division. All states have the same MMA rules. Oh, definitely 170. I don't think that we're ever going to have the same rules anywhere. Those things are that's the most ridiculous setup we have with all these different commissions. That's never. I think it's never going to ever come together. That would be the SAC episodes with the Ultimate Warrior, which many of those are gone now, by the way. I kind of low-key deleted them after the WWE was like, hey, we'll take the ad money on those. And I was like, I'll just delete them instead. I know, James. I know. Hey, blame the WWE, not me. A Nightmare on Jesus Street. Thank you, Eric. I feel like that one didn't get a lot of love when it came out. I was really, really happy with that one, and it seemed like people didn't really dig it. I thought, man, that's weird. I thought people would love that one. But yeah, that was one of my favorites too. Thank you, Eric. Yes, boo WWE. Yeah, totally, right? No, it's funny, like every once in a while, something will pop up and it'll say, hey, WWE has claimed ads on your video, which doesn't mean like you get a copyright strike. It just means that they get the money from the video. But see, anytime that happens, I always worry. I'm like, well, what if they do copyright strike it? So I always just delete those videos when that comes up. It's only ever happened like 2 or 3 times, but it's always been WWE, and it's always been clips of the Ultimate Warrior. Dwayne Ludwig leaves Alpha Male. NWO Junior. Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, no, the NWO one was a lot of fun. I don't know why I didn't stick with that. I probably should have. Yeah, the Dwayne Ludwig one was great. I love that one with the Alpha Male. I don't do a lot with Alpha Male anymore. I kind of faded away. I probably should though. TJ's moved on my show to Cobra Kai. TJ, they've sort of broken up the band. Oh wow, yeah, Wrestle Kingdom. There's so many shows happening at all times now between wrestling and MMA. I can't even keep track of them all, honestly. It's too much for me. I used to watch all that stuff. Now I can't watch any of it. Any of the Reem ones are good. Thank you, Eric. Yeah, Reem is definitely a fun character to do. He's anybody that's over the top like that. I really enjoy doing. Are you gonna watch PFL finals tonight? Probably not. After I finish doing this and then the postmortem, I got a little bit of a family New Year's Eve party, and they are not exactly MMA fans like I am, so they probably won't be that into it. But I will probably miss that. But I'll see the highlights. I always check that stuff out on social media just to see what's going on. ESPN Plus, Charlotte Book Cramel's back. I've paid for Fight Pass. Yeah, I'm not into all these other streaming things either, David. I'm not a fan of it. Just Clockwork Orange them into it. Yeah, there you go. Hold their eyeballs open. Yeah, no, I feel the same way, David. It's weird because the way they promoted Fight Pass at UFC 232, did you guys see that little commercial they did? I think it was during the prelims. It almost sounded like they're not going to have, I mean, they're going to have prelims for pay-per-views, but that's it? Yeah, I don't know. I feel like they're going to lose a lot of subscribers. Top video game in 2019. Have you seen Aquaman? I've not seen Aquaman. I will probably wait until Aquaman comes out of Blockbuster to watch it. But my top video game of this year, it's either Red Dead or Spider-Man. Those are my two. I played the shit out of Red Dead because I finally got some downtime and I was like, okay, I got 12 hours. Well, that's how my 12 hours are being spent. Yeah, no, TJ's amazing, Vasquez. I agree. He's a freaking legend. Yeah, Mike, that's the only one I haven't played yet is God of War. And I'm super excited to play it. I have it. I've not touched it. Spider-Man comparable to Arkham City? Yeah, no, actually, I would say it is. I would argue that Spider-Man. This is going to be that's a bold statement here. I would argue it's a better version of that series. It's like the Arkham games, but better. Yeah. Mike, I agree with you. They do everything that Arkham does, but better. And it's such a. I also. This is going to sound like blasphemy, but like, if I had to play a video game as either Batman or Spider-Man, getting to spend 50 hours as the story is amazing, James. I'm telling you, it's actually the best Spider-Man story I've probably heard in a long time. I'm not even kidding. It's really good. You would really like it. I thought it was amazing. God of War was my game of the year. Yeah. No, I definitely need to play God of War. John Jones makes his one phone call. That's one of the classics. Thank you. Yeah. I should re-upload it every year. That's so true. It would still be relevant. That was a lot. That was one of my favorites as well. I think it's one of my all-time viewed videos too. Jones 6 Light Detective Test is my favorite. Yeah, that was a lot of fun to make. That was not too long ago too. I like making that one. Yeah, I agree totally, James. You totally do feel like Batman. And you feel like Spider-Man. I think you know what it is, James. I think the thing that puts it over the top for me, one, it is really a really solid story. For a Spider-Man story, obviously doesn't have the same gravity of like, Batman and the Joker. But it's a super solid Spider-Man story. And the gameplay is just the loop of gameplay, the traversing the city in comparison to any way I've ever had to do it in the Arkham games, either by gliding or with the Batmobile. It's just such an experience. I don't even know how to describe it, but maybe it's so fresh and I'll look back on it and say no, but right at this moment, if you said what's a better game, the Arkham games or Spider-Man, I'm going to go with Spider-Man. It was way more of an experience for me. Even though I love those Arkham games, I played the shit out of them. I mean, they're my favorite thing ever, but Spider-Man was amazing. Yeah, I agree, Eric. I think it's the truest Spider-Man that we've ever seen in terms of in any medium that's not comic books. They did a really good job, and they've created their own little universe, and I'm really excited to see where it goes from here. Arkham devs have been teasing an Arkham title in 2019. I would not be shocked. I know they said that they're done, but I know they're not. They're definitely either going to do an Arkham game or something like Arkham, so sign me up. I mean, I'm totally down. Those games were freaking amazing. Who wins a fight under Pride rules, Spider-Man or Batman? Spider-Man for sure. If it's Pride rules, because then Batman has no, he's just a guy. He gets his dick kicked in by Spider-Man. So he's got superpowers. What, did you see what Spider-Man did to Bonesaw? Come on. That was Pride rules. The Raimi Spider-Mans. Hey, we got 9 people again. All right. Welcome back, number 9. Whoever you might be. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Yeah, under Pride rules. Now, Bonesaw was ready too. He really was. Bonesaw is ready. Yeah. Pride rules is where you got Batman. Yeah, that was a great Bonesaw joke. I agree. Good job, Eric. That was pretty damn funny. I like the Raimi Spider-Man movies. They're not the best. I mean, they're pretty cheesy looking back on them, but I still had a lot of fun with them, especially when I was a kid. Really enjoyed it. We're back down to 8. I lost that one person. But you're wrong. Batman would win. I don't know. If Batman doesn't have any way to get an advantage, we're talking pure fist fight, Pride rules. I'm going to have to go ahead and say Peter Parker is going to win that fight. Now, if he's got some kind of trick up his sleeve, now maybe Batman would cheat. I could see Batman cheating. But Bruce Campbell cameos do elevate any film. I agree, David. Well, Spider-Man isn't invulnerable, but he's going to be a better fist fighter than Bruce Wayne. Yeah, I didn't like the other ones either, the ASM movies. Homecoming was good. I didn't see Venom. I didn't see Venom yet, but I heard it was interesting. Raimi Spider-Man movies are better now if you watch them as a comedy. That's true. No, they're definitely really tongue-in-cheek. He'd use his force against him. No way. I don't know. I love Batman, James. You know I love Batman, but it's tough to say. It's tough to say that I would pick him in a fight with Spider-Man. Hey, thank you, Joe. Happy New Year to you as well, man. Yeah, we got about 8 more minutes on this deal, and then we'll wrap it up. Hit a review for Spidey versus Bonesaw. I should do that. I thought about doing fights specifically in movies instead of entire films. Interesting equals really bad. Yeah, no kidding. I thought about doing that, Mike, where I would take just fight scenes from movies, and I might end up doing that with Patreon. So I signed up for Vimeo so I could post stuff for you guys that is not on my YouTube channel. And so far, Vimeo has been garbage. I don't know how to use it right, and they keep telling me I'm not doing things correctly. So I have to figure out how that works. But I think I could do maybe hitter reviews on there and actually show a little bit of footage from the films, which would be awesome. This is America. You have to be right or wrong. See every episode. It's very true, James. There is no middle ground. Favorite MMA commentators, top 3. Woo. It's hard not to put Joe Rogan in there. Just because, he's so exciting. I'm not saying he's always the best in terms of commentating, but he is exciting. Same thing with Goldie. And then, this is tough. Because you want to say professional people like, Morrow or somebody like that. But yeah, see, Camelina, that's where I would lean. I would probably lean towards DC. In terms of his fight analysis, I really do enjoy DC and his energy. But of course, like Morrow, yeah, guys like that are just incredible. It's hard. It's hard for me to make a top 3. That's actually a really hard list. Thank you, Eric. Yeah, I might actually start doing that. Make those hitter reviews just as scenes. Oh yeah, for sure. No, the They Live fight is one of the best fights ever. It's amazing. I would love to have Nick review that. That would be hilarious. Thank you, James. No, I think I might start doing hitter reviews for the subscribers on Patreon. Like little mini ones like that and putting them on Vimeo. I think that would be best. I don't want to do full ones on there because I feel like I'd be cheating out on the people that like them on my YouTube channel. But if I had little ones on there, I think that'd be a lot of fun. And I wouldn't even have to. I could kind of do it a little bit different than I did because the other ones took so long to do. That was the biggest problem. Put on the glasses, homie. That's funny. A lot of great commentators. I'm rarely disappointed in commentary for a show, especially UFC. Agreed. Yeah, usually commentary is pretty much on point when it comes to the UFC. Next recommendation, sell Gohan. Yeah, oh, there you go. A little bit of DBZ. Yeah, that would be a lot of fun. That would be fun to hear what Nick has to say about all that. Yeah, I'm gonna try to do that. That would be a lot of fun to put those out there and sort of have those breakdowns. That would be my favorite thing. Okay, well there it is. James and Mike have both or Frieza. Yeah, I agree. Frieza would be a really good one. All of these would be a lot of fun. And there's a lot of movies too, like full movies that would be a lot of fun to do. Like I said, I wanted to do Street Fighter. I still want to do Street Fighter. I probably will at some point. There's a Stockton slap in it. That's right. Even better. Yeah, those are so much fun. It's so fun the reaction I get from those. They're not the most viewed videos, but the comments are like every comment is this is the best thing you've ever done. I'm thinking like, wow, I should probably do more of these. Kind of like the glitch videos. I don't know why I haven't done more of those. I just never have. I think part of it is because I feel a little bit bad for the devs. I don't feel bad for EA. Obviously, EA is a massive company, but like the development team is not EA, you know? And they seem like some really good people. And I know they're working hard. And the third one's freaking amazing. So I don't know. I feel bad making those glitch videos. Big Trouble in Little China. I'd pay for that review. Oh yeah, we definitely gotta do Big Trouble in Little China. That's a classic. Jack Burton, one of the best, worst heroes of all time in anything. Yeah, Mark Hunt. Yeah, Mark Hunt's he's not a fan of cheaters. And his reactions are usually pretty damn hilarious. Tony Ferguson reacted to Tony Ferguson's type of guy comments. Yeah, when did that start? Where did that meme come from? I've seen that on a lot of my videos and a lot of MMA on point videos. Tony Ferguson's the type of guy blank. I don't know where that came from. I must be out of the loop. I'm not hip anymore. No, for sure, James. I agree. It's just, if there's a lot of videos like that out there, and I don't want the perception to be that the games are. Yeah, no, I did too, James, for sure. But when those first came out, though, there were a lot of people that were just like, God, these games are garbage. And it's so crazy how much attention those got. So much more attention than anything I've ever made with Triple THS. But yeah, but that's probably where it came from, Mike, was Reddit. But yeah, I thought so too, James. And I mean, that's the fun of it, right? Is the commentary is matching up with what's happening. But I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll do the older games since they're not selling those anymore. Yeah, David, I agree. I sort of finally found a niche for Mark Hunt on the show. I finally found a way for him to be on the show and effectively, and it's just him mumble ranting about cheaters. Nick Diaz reviews Nick Diaz. Oh yeah, that's actually a hilarious idea, Eric. That's really fun. Mumble cursing. Yep. That's a really fun idea too, to have Nick review his own fights. That would be hilarious. No, you're fine, Parker. I'm glad you came. And here's the thing. I think I'll keep these up for a little bit after the stream is done. That way, if anybody missed it, they can kind of come back in and listen to it. They may not have been able to ask a question or anything, but anything you want to talk about, Parker, while we still have about a minute here left? Yeah, and like I said, I'll. What's your level of excitement for Rick and Morty season 4? Oh, my level of excitement is super high. We got 10 people in here now. Did I say the wrong time on there? No, you're fine, Parker. You know. Yeah, I'm super jacked for Rick and Morty season 4, dude. That's gonna be amazing. I think his next opponent should be DC or nobody. It's got to be DC. Full juice, both of them. Jones. He's too smart. Fedor's too wild. Logging in from work. Just wanted to say thanks. Thank you, Blind Whiskey. Hey, man, I appreciate it. I really do. Thank you guys all so much. Actually, it's been fantastic. This whole Patreon campaign's been amazing so far. Bring back Tony Thumpok. I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna try to add him to the stuff. Thanks for the stream later. Thank you. Hey, thank you so much. Thanks, Camelina. I appreciate it. Ubreem versus Jones. We got 11 people now. It's like 5 o'clock was the right time, apparently. I should have done it at 5. I would say Jones still. He's too smart. He's too smart. Jones, Cain Velasquez still sounds... Yeah, I agree, actually. That's one of those fights that I would really love to see. It's too bad that Cain has kind of fallen off with injuries, because I don't know how much he's got left in him after all that. But a prime Cain and prime Jones, sign me up for that fight 100 million times. That would be amazing. Yeah, I hope he can still be Cain too, man. It's kind of sucks that that the fate has befallen him that has. How much did you lose your shit when you just came? Oh my God. Went nuts. Went absolutely bonkers. I am in the East Coast. Yeah. So my time zone's EST. But like I was telling everybody earlier, Blind Whiskey, before you were here, I'm going to make these a little bit more streamlined and like set dates. And this was like the first one, so it's kind of a shit show. But the rest of these are going to be really good. I promise. They will. I'll have a set date, time. Everybody will know when they're coming, and there will be things on the screen that aren't just a blank screen. We'll have fun activities to do. It'll be a good time. Just wait, Cain's nearing that heavyweight old man career revival age. That's very true, Eric. He's right at that point where he's going to start getting really good again. Thursday, 7 p.m. That's actually a really good one, James. I agree. That's a solid time to do it. That's probably where we'll do it. Cain is a strong claim. His best. I agree, David. Yeah, he has a very strong claim. Awesome, Blind Whiskey. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, 7 p.m. EST, I think in the future is probably when we'll do it. Does that time work, Parker? Is that a good time for everybody? Because then that's like what? That's 4 p.m. East Coast or West Coast? Maybe we should do 8 p.m. EST. That way people have gotten off work or whatever on the West Coast. Great time for me. Yeah, that's good. Okay, cool. Yeah, well, we'll figure it out. It'll probably be like the last Thursday of every month. That way it's not, the date isn't changing and everything like that, because it's kind of a clusterfuck. That's very true, Eric. I agree. He's never been bad. Cool with me. I'm in Arkansas, so it's all right with me. 6 years, fine. Okay, cool. Yeah, Arkansas. Sweet. I appreciate it, Parker. I vote yay. Okay, well, it's been decided. The Council of 9 have determined when these are going to happen. Makes it 5 p.m. Pacific. Yeah, exactly, for sure. Cruise tours. That's funny, Mike. He did, right? Poor guy, man. He's had a rough run. The Senate has spoken. Yeah, exactly. He's already dead, man. Oh, man. Well, hey, guys. So we've run an hour here, and I need to bounce. The boss is lurking. Hey, thanks for stopping by, Blind Whiskey. I really appreciate it. Am I President Morty? I am. I'm Evil Morty. For sure. That's hilarious, James. No, I'm the rickest Morty if I'm Morty. But thank you, Mike. Yeah, I'm glad you had a good time. I hope all of you guys had a good time. And I don't know what you guys got going on tonight. I hope you guys all have a happy new year, and hope you're celebrating this evening. And like I said, these are going to be better going forward. I'm so glad that you guys were here, though, to kind of walk me through this first time in this process. And it's only going to get better. You're the best, Vasquez. I appreciate it. So I'll see you guys next time. You got the postmortem coming out tonight. Definitely Tony next time, James. And yeah, we'll see you guys on Wednesday, of course. Got another episode. So appreciate you guys so much. Thanks for doing the chat. I'll leave this up in case you missed it, person who's listening to this in the future. And yeah, good stuff. Great times, guys. I appreciate you all being here. And we'll do it again sometime real soon.